What's going on, guys? Today we are back in Scotland, more specifically in Leith. Now behind me is a place called Dulce. They do seafood. Now my friend owns this restaurant. His name is Dean Banks. So this is a little bit of a different review because obviously I'm not going to tell my friend his food tastes like shit. But we are going to enjoy a meal together, chit chat with him. He does have some Michelin guide restaurants, so I'll pick his brain a little bit about that. But I'm really excited for this review because I told him months ago that he needed to do a seafood boil, and that's exactly what he has on the menu. So we're gonna try out his seafood boil, we're gonna compare it to what I've had at home, and catch up with a friend. So let's go. So I wanna be very clear in this review. This is my friend's restaurant. So I'm reviewing this because I gave him a recommendation months ago that he needed to have a seafood boil. That's something I grew up eating in the States, something I love, and I said that he needs to get one here in Scotland, and you listened.
And here we are.
So here we are. So now I'm getting to try the child of my thought for him. Has it done well for you?
Very well, yeah. We've had people travelling from all over Scotland for it, to obviously the tourists and stuff like that, obviously showcasing amazing seafood here in Leith, in Edinburgh, so Dulce and Leith. So yeah, it's just been amazing. And obviously it's a bit more interactive, a bit fun. It's a good experience.
Yeah, you've got the paper on the table, so that's a nice touch.
Yeah, we've got some gloves and bibs to come and stuff like that. So yeah, the whole.
I love a good boil, and like I said, I grew up eating them. So when I go down to New Orleans and Louisiana, in that area, they have incredible produce. So Scotland also has great seafood. But one thing I'm excited to try with your boil that I haven't had with a boil in the past is langoustines.
That's right.
Langoustines are from this part of the world. And if you've never had one, they have this little subtle sweet taste with them. But if you get fresh ones, they are absolutely incredible with some butter. There's nothing better. So,
you might have seen them with Mr. Bean when he's eating them in the movie, and he's got the langoustine sticking on his mouth.
So we're gonna try it out here. Again, I want to be very clear. It's my friend's restaurant. We're here as a guest of my friend. This is in no way a promotion. We're just having a meal together. I've had all of your restaurants at this point.
That's right. Every restaurant for what, the past, is it 3 years? 2.5 years?
And I went to your first restaurant, which was Har, and that was one of the nicest meals I had had at that point in my life.
Appreciate that.
And we'd never had posh dining like that. That was like my first. I'll be honest, when I first had that meal, I was like, there's no way that these tiny ass portions are gonna fill me up. But then you get through 12 courses and you're full.
It's a perception. People see the small portion, they think, oh, that's never gonna fill me up. But when you're having 12 of them, you leave stuffed.
Now, one thing I always like to point out when I meet Dean is for folks online, you might think a chef with Michelin guide restaurants and all these different awards eats really fancy food all the time. He eats shit. Like Tunnocks tea cakes.
Tell us
Love
your favorite
them.
food.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite foods: steak pie, chicken curry pie. I love a pie. I love my wife's lasagna. I love a good kebab.
Is she a better
well.
cook?
Yeah, she does most of the cooking at home. So she does amazing cooking. Felix, my son's a good judge, and if you ask him who's the best chef in the house, he'll probably say my wife. Yeah.
But your wife also has a different background than you.
She's Brazilian.
She's Brazilian, so she brings a different.
She makes feijoada, feijão, rice, carne, loads of meats and spices and stuff like that. So, but I love that. Like,
So you married well.
I married very well, yeah.
So I wanted to point this out because something that I always thought is like when I'd see chefs on TV, I'd be like, oh, I bet they go home and they make some. No, they go home and most of the time they make the laziest. Like I've talked to chefs personally that are my friends now that'll be like, oh, I love a good pot noodle sarnie.
Pot noodle sandwich, yeah.
And I'm
That's
like,
a chef treat.
What? But then when you think about it, it's like you do this for work. So sometimes you just want to go home, crack open a beer.
Look, if you're working in an office all day, doing spreadsheets, what's the last thing you want to do when you're home?
Work on spreadsheets.
That's right. So when a chef, don't get me wrong, your days off or on holidays I get really inspired and I cook a lot. But on work days, I don't want to be cooking at home.
Yeah, because when you're on holiday too, there's different produce that you might not have at home. There's different things you can experiment with. And you're also in that different mindset. You're like, well, I'm not cooking for work anymore. I can have fun.
That's right.
We won't talk anymore before the food comes, but I thought I'd give you that little tidbit because that's something that always surprised me is how much shit a chef actually eats. So one thing that you have consistent across all your restaurants is you like to use produce from this area.
That's right.
Or Scotland.
Yeah.
So this is Arbroath Smoky.
It was on your map.
It was.
Produce named after places.
Yeah.
My hometown.
Yeah.
Arbroath.
And it's famous for the smoky.
That's right.
So it's a really good smoked fish.
Smoked haddock, so it's like lightly salted, smoked over like hardwood, which is like oak or beech wood, and they smoke it with the skin and bone in, so it keeps all the moisture inside. It's beautiful.
Now, I've noticed anytime you use that fish, you'll always put like a creaminess to go with it.
Yeah, this one's got St Andrews cheddar custard, so it's like a mature cheddar, and like when I was growing up, we used to make like this thing called smoky bacon ramekin. So you flake the smokies with like a cheese sauce, loads of cheese, and under the grill. So this gives me that nostalgia flavour.
Okay, so it's like a fancy cheese whiz, Savannah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck me. Let's try that again.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Pick it up.
Oh, that cheese.
You see what I mean?
The cheese is really good.
So traditional dishes, like you got haddock mornay. So it's a kind of take on that, but croquettes are really good to do.
So I know this isn't anything close to what you're talking about, but if you took this cheese and used really thin beef and made a Philly cheesesteak with this cheese,
Yeah.
guarantee
how they do it
you,
in Philly, yeah.
I guarantee you would soil your pants
Philly cheesesteak, yeah.
with
They
this
put
cheese.
cheese
Oh, with the
whiz.
custard inside, yeah.
Yeah. They put cheese whiz on the Philly cheesesteak.
It's kind of like your fancy canned cheese, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Same kind of like texture, but it does so well with the smokiness of the fish. Then you get that nice crunch on the outside, which the batter kind of reminds me of like panko.
Yeah, it's panko, yeah, it's panko. See, he knows his stuff. He's basically a chef now, Kalani. So yeah.
That's good. All right, so here we go. This is our boil.
Just make sure to cut the potatoes all right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my days, that's so much.
Wow.
There we go. And I'm bringing
That
your sauces as well.
look
Look at the size of them.
great. Yeah, those are massive. So, and you source everything from here, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's this lovely Scottish langoustines there. That's what you were talking about before.
Oh,
Mussels, clams, prawns, big brown crab I saw in there. Here we are, nice crab.
ooh, that's a good scoop out.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So that one's a crab bisque.
Yeah, it's basically a shellfish bisque.
Okay, so you're just using all of them.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
A green bean.
Yeah.
What are you seasoning it with? It's kind of like a tomatoey.
Yeah, so it's tomato base, paprika, Cajun spices, lemon, loads of garlic, basically then boiled up, yeah.
Okay, ready, Savannah?
Yeah.
You filming already? Oh, so we have our two sauces. This is the garlic butter, and this is the bisque. So it's like a shellfish bisque together. How are those?
Delicious.
Oh man, I still need to take you to Louisiana though to
I'd love to.
experience that.
I've seen online where they have like a garbage can of seafood. It looks incredible. Bit of corn in there as well.
Yep.
Lemons.
Okay, so we got langoustines now. How do you like to go for your langoustine?
I go tail off. Kind of break the tail halfway like that.
Thank you.
Just kind of pop it like this. And then just pinch the bottom. And the tail's just going to come out. Give it a little crack.
Fucking hell.
It's almost, basically it's like a slightly bigger crayfish.
Okay, so take a look at that. I'm gonna, actually, you know what?
I like mines with the garlic butter.
I do too, but I just wanted to have that little bit of sweetness you get from it. And it does really well with butter because you get the butter with the sweetness. Langoustines might be one of my favorite.
Yeah. They're so delicate and sweet. Like, whereas a prawn has that more crunchy meat kind of
A little bit more firm.
texture, yeah.
Yeah.
And that langoustine's like really soft.
Now, do you ever suck the head?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the Mr. Bean one, isn't it?
Now,
where's that one? It's there somewhere.
clams I've never really spent much time with. Oh, wait, you looking for this?
Yeah, I was going to give it a Svan.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, thank you.
Clams are my son's favourite. Felix's favourite food.
Do
in
you
the
ever
whole
go
entire
for the claw meat on the linguistines?
Yeah, so you get your little
Pincher?
packer out. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not much meat. So what you do is you get a little claw, click
Yeah,
it
you rip
off.
that, so then it slides. Then you break here at this point, right?
Yeah, that's right. I suppose it's kind of like,
Like a baby crab leg.
yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Ooh, like fried crab claws.
Yeah, those are good.
I love those.
One thing that's cool about this meal too is because there's so much work in getting the meat out, it gives the food more time to settle. Did you drop that?
And just dropping stuff all over the place.
He was gonna say dropping shit.
Yeah.
Let the record show.
I wasn't so sure if it PC or not. So, but yeah, like there's a lot of work for just tiny bits of meat as well, but it's fun.
I'm gonna try the disc out this time, Savannah. Look at that.
Then this is our little shell bucket.
Okay. Oh man, the langoustine. So good. Now, at your other restaurants, like I said, you source a lot. So like even with like the seaweed you go get from the Scottish coast.
East Neuk, Fife, yep. Dulse seaweed, kombu seaweeds, sea truffle, loads of different things.
And that's kind of like, I think where a lot of people are trying to look for sustainability is like using what you have access to, making good food out of that,
yeah.
and not just waste. Hang on, I got distracted because I saw this mammoth.
See all the brown meat in there as well. So
Yeah.
you find white meat in the shell there too.
You gonna show me?
Yeah. So I do it like this. So get that bad boy off. And we're going to go in there. So this on here is the brown crab meat there. All that goodness.
So this is like the one we had in Cromer, except this is absolutely massive. I couldn't imagine getting pinched by that thing.
Yeah. Then here, I'm going to get rid of them. That's called the dead man's fingers. And then there's lovely meat in here. But again, it's fiddly. You just need to pick at it. Need a little picker. Have you ever had a crab salad, the sort of the white meat, or crab cake?
Yeah. That's where you got to dig it out of?
Yeah, and then this bit. So, knuckle. So there's the easy access into that one.
Oh yeah, you just
Loads of
push
crab
it out.
in there, yeah. And then obviously, the big claw itself. Need a bit of manpower, or lady power. Just like that.
Now, in terms of like from when it arrives to your restaurant to when it's placed on the table, what's that timeline look like?
So some days we'll have the fishermen drop off the shellfish, literally during service. So it could be in the door for minutes and then on your table.
Wow.
We have 2 deliveries a week from our fishermen. So we've got Tommy, you've been on the boat.
I've been on the boat with Tommy.
Yeah, and then we've got another one here in just outside Edinburgh in St Abbs. That's Keith. So again, we've got 2 boats that are delivering to the sites. So it could be hours they've been out the ocean for, rather not even just delivered. Just an hour out of the ocean on the table.
That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy. You talk about freshness, and people don't realize how much of a difference with seafood
Look
that
at that
makes.
flaky crab meat. That's what you want. That's the beauty. Some people say, is crab better or is lobster better?
I like both.
And I don't know. I prefer the enjoyment of eating a crab like this, but then when it.
But think about it like a long lobster claw, just slides right out. I feel like if you get really big crab legs, that's one of my favorites.
like
'cause
snow
get
crab, yeah.
I do like lobster tail. Like, now this, it looks like you've emulsified it.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got garlic, butter,
Some herbs.
but if you're looking at the coloring, think of like a frother in a coffee. It's essentially what we've done with butter, but it does add a unique color to it. It's not
It keeps it so it coats. So if you when you emulsify it, it'll coat,
And stay on better.
stay on.
Okay, that's a trick that I've added to the bag now. But I noticed from how foamy it got, that had to be what he had done.
You basically just whisk it in a pan.
Yeah.
You'd have a little bit of vinegar or lemon juice to start with. And your cold butter into that and just emulsify
Oh,
it.
the potatoes in there, so good. Well, this is a phenomenal meal. One thing that is strange to me is why do we have green beans in a boil?
I don't know, we added them, basically it was a bit of greenage. But it works. And I love, well, me and my son, a lot of the time the cooking, I cook with things that we eat in the household. And
Mushrooms?
when I go with Felix, the main vegetables he likes is carrots, peppers, green beans and mange too.
And you just got some snap peas in there?
That's the ones he loves, that's his favourite. So it's like, when we eat a meal, I guess how do we get a bit of veg in for him? You know, so
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Because like obviously at home, you'd
You
never
make it
see
no
veg in it. But I'm not mad at it because the way you've seasoned it as well gives it that nice little tomato touch. Or tomato. But I do like how it's on there. It does have really good flavor. And it's a nice way to build in some veg into a meal that's usually
one of
very...
your 5 a day.
Yeah. 1, 2.
This is one of my 5 a day. I asked
Savannah drinks cider for her 5 a day.
It's
Well,
a good one.
We're gonna tuck in. We'll wrap everything up at the end, but I'm gonna enjoy this. Savannah, can we get a face report? How am I looking?
It is, you got it everywhere. It's like on your nose. in
Should
your
we
beard.
add that into the videos? A face report at the end?
Yeah.
I won't wipe my face. We'll see what we're looking at. Okay, if you want to see a face report every video,
That might drive some people crazy. If you're
let me know
eating-
in the comments. We'll take a poll. We'll see. Do you guys want a face report? No face report?
It's
I don't know
like-
how bad it is.
It's literally orange everywhere.
Okay, I need to go to the washroom. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, make sure you like, comment, and sub, and turn on those bell notifications to help me out. All right, so that's going to wrap up this video with my good friend, Dean Banks. Now, I'm not going to give you any kind of review for this, so if you want to come here and tell him his food tastes like shit, by all means, you can do that, but I won't do that to my friend today, but it's always a great time catching up.
Thanks so much.
It's a great boil. I'll let you pass on the green beans and mushrooms. I wouldn't have that on a boil at home, but it does
was
add a little bit
good.
of color. It was good, so we'll give him a pass. But as always, we love our time here in Scotland, so you'll see Dean on the channel at some point again soon. He's always welcome here with us, and it's nice to have friends that own good restaurants, I will say that.